Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new lesson, that is the desert. The title of this topic is Desert. What is the name of our country? India. Correct. India. And India is divided into five parts geographically. So today in our topic we will discuss what is a desert, what is the climate of this part, and what is the condition or other situation of desert. So let's start. The desert, class 7th. Now look here. What do you see? Yes, it's desert. So some people believe that it is the desert is dry and barren land where no vegetation. Actually, there is no clear idea of a desert in their minds. So now read it. Those of us who live in regions covered with forest and surrounded by hills may find it difficult to imagine what a desert is really like. The popular belief is that it is an endless stretch of sand where no rain falls and therefore no vegetation grows. It's dry, hot, waterless, and without shelter. But this is not entirely correct, it's incorrect. Now, those who have studied or understand, only they know very well that what is a desert. It's not only dry land, but beautiful places and greenery also. It's a rare thing. Animals and plants adapt themselves according to the harsh condition of desert. Now read this one. For those who have studied, the desert can be a beautiful place. It is the home of a variety of people. Many people, animals, and plants live here that have learned to live under very hot and dry conditions. It means they adapt themselves according to the climate or situation. True, the ground is not always hidden by a cover of grass. Plants and trees means there is less vegetation as it is in other climates. We can find greenery everywhere, but whenever it rains, which is rare, desert flowers bloom and the sight can be as rewarding as that of any tropical garden. A desert is not always a flat, unchanging wasteland of dry sand. It may have mountains and hills. It may have an oasis, big or small, but it have an oasis. So now, what do you know about an oasis? Now look here. Yes, it's an oasis in the middle of a desert when you can find some plants or greenery. It is called an oasis. An oasis like green island in the middle of a desert where a spring or a well gives plants and trees a better chance to grow. A desert may be hot like the Thar or cold like Ladakh. But generally speaking, if a place has little or no water and no vegetation, people usually call it a desert. Some deserts are almost totally water. Without water means waterless. In such places, strong winds blow, raising heaps of sands and depositing them as mounds. These are called sand dunes. So, what are sand dunes? Strong winds blow, raising heaps and depositing them as mounds. So, they are called sand dunes that shift the sand dunes that shift and move endlessly across the desert. Few plants can survive on such dry, shifting sands. So it is the feature of a desert. Now, what do you see on the screen? Yes, yes, very well. Very good. You have recognized it. Camel, the ship of desert. And what are the features? Why it is called so? Why it is called a ship of desert? All living things need water in order to survive. The few plants and animals that live in deserts have developed the ability. Just read this one. All living things need water in order to survive. The few plants and animals that live in deserts have developed the ability to require less water than most plants and animals. The camel, popularly known as the ship of desert, and why it is called so? Can drink a lot of water at one time. Camels can do without water for days together. The camel, the reason is they sweat very little. The camel sweat very little. We sweat because we must keep our body temperature constant. We sweat when it gets hot and this cools the body. Camels can stand high body temperature. They don't need to sweat and can therefore retain the water they drink for long periods of time. That's why it is called the sip of desert. Not only in camels but also some smaller animals of desert also, they adapt themselves according to the climate and harsh condition of desert. The smaller desert animals do not drink water. They burrow underground during the hot day and come out at night to eat. Some of them eat other animals and get the water, then get the moisture they need from the moisture in the meat. Others eat plants and seeds and gets the water they need from plant usage. So this is the reason they adapt themselves according to the climate. And plants not only animals and people but also plants. Now what do you see on this screen? Yes, it is desert plant. Desert plants also adapt themselves to the life they lead. Cactus plants store water. Where they store? In their thick stems. Now you can see thick stems. Their roots lie close to the surface of the ground and quickly absorb the moisture from the light rains that occasionally fall. Whenever rain falls, they adapt and they absorb the water from the rainfall. The major feature of all desert is of course dryness and variation of temperature. Now you will see a change, a boon to the surface of the earth. In humid climates, the moisture in the air, now read this one. In humid climates, the moisture in the air acts like a blanket and protects the earth's surface from the hot rays of the sun. The absence of this blanket in desert lands causes the desert to heat up rapidly during the day and to cool off rapidly at night. Deserts are an important part of nature's great plan. They are there like the dense forest and the deep oceans. Just because they are hot and dry, one should not look upon them as useless parts of the earth. So this is not the correct that we can say that desert is a dry land only. Now I am telling you some hot deserts of the world. Sahara Desert, please read this one. It is the world's largest hottest desert, Sahara in Africa, spread in Africa. Now, yes, Arabian Desert located in Western Asia and covering an area, huge area. Kalahari Desert, it is also in Savannah in southern Africa. Yes, you can read Kalahari. Now I am telling you some cold deserts. Antarctic Desert, it also covers a huge area. It covers an area of around this one, a big area. Arctic Desert, it spreads over Alaska, Canada, Finland, Greenland, Norway and Sweden. It is also covering a big area, huge area of land. Now Gobi Desert, it is located in China and the southern part of Mongolia, a cold desert. Now I think you know very well. Now I am asking you some questions. What is an oasis? Yes, tell me, what is an oasis? Yes, where we can find green island in the middle of desert. It is called an oasis. And what are sand dunes? Yes, strong wind blow in the desert area and a heap of sands depositing them as mounds. These are called sand dunes. Now that's all for today. I think you know very well what is a desert. Now I have added some questions and answers for practice.